In March, sleepy Salisbury, a small city an hour from London, became the centre of international intrigue when a former Russian spy, Sergei Skripal, and his daughter Yulia were found catatonic on this bench. Poisoned by a chemical nerve agent, they spent weeks in hospital, causing authorities to quarantine areas like the pub and restaurant they'd been dining in and their home. Members of the emergency services who attended them also became ill, an early sign of just how dangerous the quickly identified Russian Novichok was. Sergei Skripal, the target of the attack, was a retired Russian military intelligence officer convicted of passing the identities of Russian agents working undercover in Europe to the UK's secret intelligence service MI6. He was jailed for 13 years in 2006, but in 2010 was one of 4 prisoners released by Moscow in exchange for 10 Russian spies arrested by the FBI. He was later flown to the UK, where he'd lived quietly, but had given lectures on Russia's GRU intelligence agency at military academies. With residents in Salisbury panicked, Theresa May pointed the finger firmly at Russia, expelling 23 of their diplomats and sharing evidence with 29 allies around the world. A further 155 Russians were sent home. The country denied any involvement. Then in June, locals Dawn Sturgis and her partner Charlie Rowley were exposed to Novichok in nearby Amesbury after handling a contaminated perfume bottle. Miss Sturgis died in hospital in July. In September, the British government revealed 2 GRU agents with Russian passports in the names of Alexander Petrov and Ruslan Bosharov were suspects in the attempted murder. They had arrived at Gatwick Airport, staying at a hotel in East London before travelling down to Salisbury and using a modified Nina Ricci perfume bottle to contaminate the door of Mr. Skripal's home. The pair then flew back to Moscow, but when they were outed by the British government, they were paraded on Russian TV as innocent men who had simply wanted to visit the famous cathedral. Police appealed for more information on the men, with Prime Minister Theresa May saying the attack was almost certainly approved at a senior level of the Russian state. With Russia further isolated on the world stage, news broke in November that the head of the GRU, General Igor Korobov, died from a serious and long illness. It's understood he had faced criticism from Russian officials over the embarrassment caused by the botched operation. The attack prompted the head of Britain's MI6 intelligence service to finish the year with a rare public warning.
And I urge Russia or any other state intent on subverting our way of life not to underestimate our determination and our capabilities, or those of our allies.
As for Sergei and Yulia Skripal, they went on to make a full recovery with the help of scientists from a nearby military chemical research centre. They've been kept in hiding at an undisclosed location ever since, with Yulia emerging to give one television interview. It's likely they'll need protection for the rest of their lives. Vincent McAviney, Euronews, London.